Welcome everybody to the fandom zone. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money taking. The man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying and controversial villain in YouTube entertainment today, Mr. General Zod. And welcome to the late night talks. I mean, there's some other people streaming, but they ain't as interesting as we are. So, welcome everybody. Oh yeah, we got. Well, I mean, I think Young Ripa is doing a stream. I don't know who else. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of other people because they're bored.
Yeah,
but
quarantine and chill.
Yeah, quarantine and chill, man. That is right. And these numbers have been behind, so I'm waiting for the update to see who is in my chat so I can welcome them. Welcome, Senate. Good to see you.
Salute, Senate.
But yeah, we should get more people tagging along as we go through, like we always do. We got Cybernetic Husky returning because he found out we were going to talk politics and could not wait.
Well, says the guy who spent $500 on a mobile game.
Trey
That
Courtney.
has nothing to do with politics.
You throw that at me, I'm throwing that back at you. So
fair
we have
enough.
a unicorn. We have the unicorn in the chat. Salute.
Yes, Miss Bitchy, and there is people here. Okay, don't be bringing us down. We got Trey. Welcome, Trey Courtney, and yeah, Senate. I know, little games are trash, but I love them. But yeah, we're glad to have everybody in here. You know, we'll get our normal crowd starting to pour in here as they do. Probably not as big as the last late nights. Funny story, I got everyone saying, "Oh, you pulled the video down. You were so scared. What were you hiding?" I was like, I'm hiding the fact that I'm not trying to get clout, as everyone claims off of a video.
I thought we it would be clout chasing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I you understand, but you know, we don't need that stream. Even though it was a dope stream, you know.
I know that's more of like if you weren't there, you didn't see everyone who was here. Welcome, Stone Cold Jeremy. I won't drink a beer, but I'll drink a coffee.
You know what's crazy about that stream though? That's not even our most watched stream.
Yeah, I know. I thought about it hard. I was like, maybe and then I'm like, no, because I had made a deal with someone that I wouldn't keep it posted because look, things are taken out of context and things like that, and it seems like everything that people say is misused, misshaping, twisted, and used against them.
If you sneeze, people will go after you. That's what everything is these days. If you sneeze, people will go after you because fuck you.
It's like, it's funny when people say like they claim such and such as clout chasing, but yet, you know, they're kind of doing the same shit, you know. And for the record, we don't need to chase any type of clout because, you know, like we've been doing this shit way longer than a lot of these people and shit. Like nobody else started doing like late night streams. Zod was like the only one, and everybody followed suit. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, no, I will give credit to one person, Creepy Little Book, but no one did regular, normal streams. You know, no problems with Creepy, but I've been on some of his late streams, and I'm like, I can't do that. But you know, that's what I love is the fact that you can do whatever you want to. Welcome, Wookiee Supremacy. You could do whatever you want to. Me and PB's thought when we started this, and then kind of assembled the bridge crew is that we wanted to bring back the Saturday Night Live and that kind of vibe. And you know the great thing about Saturday Night Live and all that, folks? Anyone who may drop in and want to get a quick clip of maybe I'm talking about them, great thing about Saturday Night Live and Carson, all of them, is their sole goal and motivation was to piss people off for ratings and to have humor. But it wasn't like pissing people off. It was more of joking and having fun. And maybe people took it offensively. Sometimes they did. But I feel like back in the day, people had a better sense of humor. So, and that's what I wanted to bring back to the show. And that's what I wanted to bring in general. And so does PB. So, yeah, Wookie, Senate. I know they are interesting streams. I'm not gonna say great streams, but very interesting. And I don't got a problem with that. It's just like if I was to ever go on there, I'd be like that guy who wouldn't know what to say. Like some of his streams have been because I've seen a few of them. Some of them have been like thought provoking. You know, like maybe like science type shit. And then some of them is like way out the fucking box. And I'm like, I wouldn't even know what to say. Like, that's on some more other shit.
But you know what's funny though? What that stream showed me, you know, people don't give a fuck about like me or you or whoever was on the panel. They just care about the drama. People love the drama, man. That's what gets the clicks. That's what gets people going and stuff. People don't care about the content creator themselves. They just want to see drama, bro. That's all. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, it's really. I found out that day having the guest that I had, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I'm just gonna say it. He was on my channel. You could tell even being in my chat. And him being there with the crowd, it was a hyping up thing. And you know, good for him for doing what he does, just like any of us who do that. But I think people get wrapped up in all of that stuff. And you know, I'm glad that I had all of the people watching, all of you consistent watchers out there. Glad to have you on board and actually watching after the drama dies, because I'm not a fool to how YouTube works. After the hype dies down, you gotta have interesting shit. Like the topics we have tonight are pretty intriguing. So, Senate said, I made Jeremy laugh. Mission accomplished. Peaced out. Senate, I appreciate you. Like, anyone who wants to troll me, take notes. That's how you do it. Senate will teach you. I swear to God, Senate's got like a GPS on me. Any stream I'm in, he just seems to pop up. I really think he's tracking my movements. But yeah, you know, we got some interesting stuff we're gonna talk about. We're because Squirrel is not here. Oh yes, thank you, Trey. Hey Trey, I stand with you. Man of Steel. I love that movie. I hate the haters who don't like that film. I think it gets a really bad rap. The only part I don't like is General Zod getting his neck snapped. I can't co-sign that, but the rest of the movie was pretty straight.
What about the part where Paul Kent dies in a tornado instead of a heart attack?
I think that they changed some stuff. God help me, emotional weight.
He could have saved him. He could have fucking saved him. The point of him dying of a heart attack is it's a death he could not prevent no matter what. That is why I like it, that death. It's something that really builds on Superman. He could not do anything to prevent his death.
Yeah, you know what though? I do agree with you from a story perspective on that. That's true. How they set it up, you know, but that's always been the thing about the DCU in general. But before we go down that rabbit hole, I'm actually going to talk about a few other different things. I'm going to jump into these topics. I'll talk about the ones that maybe PB won't miss. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll
Get in here.
How Ezra Miller strangled a fan.
No. I don't even want to bring him up. I feel like he's bad luck.
Probably he is. What the fuck?
No, I want to talk about Onward is finally on Disney Plus, but you can also rent or buy it digitally. This is a very interesting thing because here's the thing that confuses me about this. And Perp, I know you're the guy who keeps up on this electronic stuff and phones and all that shit.
I think I know what it is that confuses you. You can get a free trial on Disney Plus and watch it. Then you don't need to watch it. You don't need to rent or buy it.
Exactly, Husky. Exactly. It's weird. It's the first time I've seen a release like this, because normally when streaming has gotten the rights to movies, what they do is they let the DVDs and whatever sit out for a while, let people buy them, and then like a Netflix or a Hulu will pick up the rights, and then they'll later, show it streaming for people who pay for those services. And now, Perp, how do you before I get into this article, how do you feel this changes the game up? It's a weird move. It's a weird situation.
About the whole Onward thing, and like you could buy and rent it or something like that.
But it's also going to be on Disney Plus as well.
It is. I already watched it.
Yeah, so I mean,
so wait, Disney Plus, you can like rent it, or
no, you can watch it.
Okay.
If you have a subscription, you can watch it. You don't even gotta rent it. You don't gotta buy it. If you're gonna keep the service, you have it forever.
Yeah, I think definitely with everything that's going on, we're already starting to see the shift. Like, if Disney's going to be able to do it now, like put things out earlier, they're going to, except for like the Marvel movies and stuff like that, they're going to probably just push those out a month if things just get worse, which it doesn't seem like it is. Seems like things are starting to kind of a little bit die down, but it's still going to take a minute for everything to get back on track. But yeah, it's definitely going to change everything, because now it's just like I think Disney's going to do this more often, even after all this stuff settles down. I think depending on what movie it is, if it's a movie that doesn't really do well or something like that, they'll probably test it out like that. I don't know what the next they probably won't do it for Soul, because I forget when Soul's supposed to come out, but yeah, I could see them. See them start doing that. Have the movie out in theaters for like a month or so, and then put it right on a streaming service or something like that. But it's definitely drastically changes things. Now that and
to answer your question, Senate, I don't think the movie is shit. I made a review. I think a lot of people's opinions are not based on the movie itself. I don't think it's as good as Up, but I do think it is watchable.
It does kind of follow what I would say the classic Pixar formula, which is some sort of journey, and at the end it has a wholesome ending, but it's not always the way you expect it to go.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. I definitely would say it's not on the hype level or of as bad as most of the people will say it is. I'm not going to mention any names because I'm not clout chasing, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Although Senate, I will say Mueller and his crew are very objective. I've watched their videos and things that they've reviewed. He's pretty good with his reviews and how he breaks things down. I could see where some people wouldn't like it, but at the same time, it's not on the level of Cars. It's not a Cars bad. It's just, for me, it's just kind of in between. I watched it like twice, and I like the themes a lot more than most of their other stuff. I'd say it's one of those you got to sit down and watch it and judge it for yourself. But anyways, let me jump into this article. I'll kind of explain to you guys what's going on with Disney Plus, where you can rent, buy, or stream. With movie theater closures and everyone's social distancing, like I would like to social distance from lots of people on Twitter, safely in their homes, Disney is doing all of our families a solid by releasing the latest feature film, Onward, early. Although the film just hit theaters March 6th, Disney made it available to buy digital or rent at home movies on movies anywhere, which is like the thing for Dish and all that shit on March 20th. And if you're a subscriber to Disney Plus, it's available to stream on there April 3rd, which is this article is a little bit before it came out. While we're looking forward to audiences enjoying our films on the big screen soon, given the current circumstances, we are pleased to release this fun, adventurous film to digital platforms early for audiences to enjoy at the comfort of their own homes. Onward director Dan Skrellan and producer Cora Ree said in a statement, Disney has already made this period of self-isolation a bit easier on us all with the early release of Frozen 2 on its platform, fucking yay, and other production companies following suit, offering theatrical releases on demand weeks ahead of time. Trolls World Tour in 3 weeks early, anyone? Yes, I will be watching that. You can see that review as soon as it comes out.
You like that shit?
Man, all I gotta say is, I got this feeling inside my bones.
All right.
Hey, don't be hating on my man, JT. JT's a living legend. I've almost put him God status. Anyways. after he married Jessica Biel, he became the GOAT to me. That man there should be a JT day. Anyways, here's to the weekend of feel-good movies after a long week of homeschooling. Enjoy, friends. And there's a video you can watch. Maybe I'll put the articles in the link. Yes. Disney Plus is not a flop, Trey Courtney. I'm sorry. I might have to disagree with you on that. They are making a killing right now. I recently checked.
I'll give Disney Plus that they're making a killing with having no original content. They lack so much original content. It's not even funny, and people still buy into that bullshit.
Yeah,
but, I give them props.
Oh yeah, Trey, I agree. It is a flop on content. I would agree 100%. The thing that bugs me, and you've said it, Perp, Trey brings up a good point in the chat. For me, Disney Plus is a success in what they do, but the way that they release their streaming platforms seem very rushed and haphazard. Like you said, they didn't come out with enough OG content. Sure, you can bring back the original library, some movies that we can't get, like from their Diamond Vault and all that bullshit. But, is it enough to keep people invested? I mean, the releasing one show at a time gimmick is good too. Keeps people on that subscription until the show they want to watch is over.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like they gotta push out this original content quicker. And the problem is now with productions halted on any original thing, Netflix did something really smart. Netflix dropped a bunch of their, I didn't even see this stuff scheduled, dropping Kingdom and stuff like that. They dropped a bunch of their original shows simultaneously. This is shit they've had in production. And it was when Corona hit, they were waiting and just rapid fire with a bunch of new shows. So
it doesn't surprise me though that Netflix has done this. They've been in the game for so long now.
Yeah.
Compared to the other platforms.
They got a better handle on it, They definitely have a better handle on it. Because, like, look at what people are talking, like, all the big shows that people have talked about so far this year have been Netflix shows. Like, people were talking about You earlier this year. Lock and Key is starting to get traction. Ozarks, Tiger King, all these shows now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something controversial here. I can't stand Tiger King. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I actually don't blame. I don't blame you. Those people are psychotic.
It's definitely overrated, but it's just that's why I'll be talking about where like you gotta come with this original content. Like you can't sit there and have just a weekly show and expect people to just keep talking about it because like what I'm saying. Tiger King came out like the same week or a week before Ozarks, and people are still talking about it. Like so, make it
Yeah, it's one of those things like when you release a bunch of shows, there's good and bad to it. I mean, the good is if it's a good show, it'll have traction, especially on YouTube and on Twitter and stuff. A lot. It'll dominate for a while. A weekly show, you could keep on talking about it at the same point because there's always a new episode coming out week per week. But see, Netflix is doing the same thing. They got weekly shows too. I've seen them.
Yeah, but they're not their main course. Like they're not this is the go-to shit you have to watch. I've seen them do weekly shows before, and their weekly shows aren't that good, and it shows. But except for like the reality stuff or the reality TV shows are picking up, and you know what I'm saying. And I look at it like, like Clone Wars is done in like what, like a month, right? Pretty much. So after that, we're gonna wait till like probably like September for the next. They're gonna have to wait till September for like the next show. Like that's kind of whack.
Oh yeah. They haven't built up the contact base.
Go ahead.
I said they haven't built up the content base. And one second, Stone Cold Jeremy says, at Zod, I'll do you one better. I don't even know what Tiger King is. Stone Cold Jeremy, count your blessings. I watched one and I was like, I don't know what the fuck the big deal is over there. Like I just couldn't get into it.
The thing that's interesting is when you get to the end is how he got arrested.
Yeah, like he faced a murder charges or some shit like that. Like but it's just shit like that just it's gonna gravitate towards people because like if you had never even heard about the show, you've definitely seen the memes. So it's like
yeah, and here's the thing too. We've got another situation, and everyone's talking about it. I hear it daily when they're not talking about other people. I hear about the She-Hulk creator coming out and doing the same exact thing that all these people do, and like they're really damaging that Marvel TV show section before it even comes out because she's made some comments that I've actually tracked back to like Entertainment Weekly, like magazines where she's said them in interviews, not just comicbooks.com or Bounding into Comics, like actual legit articles where she's actually like doing a Brie Larson. This bitch is nuts. She attacked the people from South Park.
Ooh,
and they made an episode and attacked
people
her
from South Park like no one's done that before, and then they laughed at them and throw them and make fun of them in their show.
Yeah, that's what.
And that's the thing, though. It doesn't even matter because, like, whatever these writers say, people are going to still watch the show. And like,
well, yeah, you know, they're going to watch it to hate on it.
And I feel like a lot of them just do it on purpose. They're like, yeah, like their studio or whatever just okays it. It's like if we get bad backlash or good backlash, we're going to turn it into positives because people are going to tune in anyways. Build up controversy or whatever for the show and stuff because. It doesn't matter. They don't care if they split their fan base or anything like that. They just care about that viewership. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
The thing that I think is probably the most risky of what she's doing is her, with all the, because everybody has in their thumbnails with her and like whatever lace underwear and these sexual poses. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you were fired because it goes all the way back to the Disney image.
Well, to be honest with you, that's probably the best thing I've seen her do. I'm not gonna lie. For one of those bitches who looks like she hates males, like just downright hates them, she's like one of them, like throw you on the bed angrily and tell you how much you're a piece of shit while like just taking it to you. And I'm like, all right.
But I'm serious though. Disney is very protective of their image.
Yeah, to get back to you, the image, it'll be interesting. I think I would like to see exactly how that resolves, because no one's brought up like what they're gonna do about those photos. But if she keeps on going at it, Disney is gonna.
She got like a OnlyFans.
Yeah.
The premium Snapchat.
There's some, let me just say, there's some interesting pictures floating around for someone who's screaming women's rights and all the normal bullshit. She got some pictures out there floating about that are very
I'm gonna check these out, because like if people are upset about this, or if men are upset about seeing a woman in some lingerie or some shit, I got to question y'all manhood. Cause I got no issue with that. I have no issue with that.
No, like it's like I have no problem with that end of it. I just be like, and to be honest, I kind of got a weakness for Asians, so I'm just saying, like, she can get it.
Oh, hopefully she's not listening. You can get a swift kick.
We're not important enough for her to listen to, so.
No. On a serious note, though, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see how that all pans out. But like the chat's been letting me know, they got zero interest. Trey has zero interest in the MCU shows. Mandalorian was okay to me, but Obi-Wan is on hold. Disney Star Wars fans TV is fucked. Could be.
When is Winter Soldier coming out? Are they still shooting that, or?
I thought they were shooting it before Corona, way before Corona.
Hopefully, because that needs to drop like in the summer.
PB, I can't remember her name. I can't look it up because while I'm in StreamYard, for some reason it doesn't let me go through the internet search.
She's Asian, right?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, so she's just some Asian girl. She's some Asian American.
I forget her name. I mean, you could probably find it on Twitter trending. There's a lot of hate for her right now. She's been running at the mouth a lot. So, speaking of things being pushed back and possible delayed releases, I've got another article from the Hollywood Reporter. This kind of goes back to what Disney did.
I found it out.
What's that?
I think it's Dana Schwartz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does not sound Asian at all. Maybe I'm stereotyping.
No, you just gotta see her. She definitely. I mean, from the pictures I've seen, that could just be me.
Yeah, I know she Asian. It's just like that don't sound like an Asian name.
Well, maybe she's one of those adopted, or white dad, white mom. Asian mom, Asian dad, one of them.
Like how many Asians named Billie?
I know a few. Pop Culture PB says sounds Jewish. Schwartz.
I just looked up one of the comic channels though to find her name. I just clicked one of their channels and scrolled down a bit until I found her name. That's what I did.
But Yeah, let me just jump into this next article here. This has to do with the Disney Plus and Disney in general. The Hollywood Reporter, Black Widow, Mulan land new 2020 release dates, and Jungle Cruise is delayed for a year, which I gotta be honest, I was looking forward to Jungle Cruise very much.
For what?
I was looking forward to Mulan to see if McDonald's would bring back that Szechuan sauce.
I completely forgot. I completely forgot about Mulan and shit. I was like, that was supposed to come out last month.
Yes. So I'm gonna read this, and one I do agree with because they're gonna fuck this movie up. So Disney has made sweeping changes to its 2020 and 2021 theatrical release calendar amid the coronavirus pandemic, including deciding to debut Artemis Fowl directly on Disney Plus. And before I continue, Artemis Fowl, I've read those books. They're all right, but from what I've seen from the previews, they have departed way the fuck away from the book. I don't even like the kid they cast. Like, it looks like a shit show. So I'll be interested to watch.
Zod hates children, confirmed.
No, I wish LB was here. You know what he says. F them kids. Mulan and Black Widow have landed a July and November release dates after being delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic and an unprecedented cinema closures. While franchise's hopeful Jungle Cruise is being pushed back a year to summer 2021, which, as far as I know, the film is done. They were getting ready to release around the time of like Mulan and all of them. That was in that release slate because I had it on my schedule coming to the theater. So they're done with the movie. They just fucking pushed it back a year. Those were a few highlights announced Friday as Disney revealed. Okay, go ahead.
Saying, because it seems like Disney has an idea. Like, it seems like the movies that they know weren't going to do well financially in the box office, they're going to be like, all right, we're just going to throw that on the streaming service. And the ones that like they feel like has potential or already know it's a guarantee, those are going to just get pushed out completely. That's what it seems like they're doing here.
Yeah, because if you look at their box office history, who's like, just take a look at last year alone, how many fucking Disney movies were out in theaters. They were literally competing with themselves for numbers. So it makes sense that they would sacrifice some at the altar, in order to push the ones they think are going to bring them money. Absolutely. So
I just find it interesting when people say, "Oh, Disney's gonna have a bad year this year," with the whole thing. I'm like, they made a shit ton of money last year. This year, they just get to sit back and relax for a little bit.
Yeah, they're still making money. If you have the streaming service, they're still making money regardless, and they put it on the movie thing on Direct Dish and all that. So they're still making money off of these movies that aren't really big, and they weren't going to do anything in the theaters anyway. So those were just a few of the highlights announced Friday as Disney revealed sweeping changes to its 2020 and 2021 release calendars, including the decision to debut May title Artemis Fowl directly to Disney Plus, a move that irked some cinema owners. Bullshit. No one had any interest in seeing that. Everyone was pissy about that movie. So that's bullshit. At the same time, Hollywood's leading film studio is opting to follow the traditional theatrical course of the vast majority of movies. Mulan and Black Widow, originally set for a late March and early May respectively, were among the first Hollywood tentpoles pulled from the calendar last month as virtually all cinemas closed in the U.S., as well as much of the rest of the world. No one is yet sure how long the closures will last, but expect the blackout to continue well into the prized summer season. In one sign of optimism, Disney has decided to open Mulan on July 24th. The movie's new home used to belong to Jungle Cruise, which is being pushed back a whole year to July 30th, 2021, which doesn't make sense because that movie, well, both of them are done. That's a weird move. But anyways, that sort of domino effect is impacting every major Hollywood studio and is reshaping the overall release calendars throughout 2021, especially the apparent Disney announced a number of new dates and resulting delays for their Marvel Heroes Super MCU flicks. Black Widow's new home of November 6th used to belong to the Eternals, which is now set for February 12th, 2021, a date previously inhabited by Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Rings, which I wish that would have kept because, fuck the Eternals. The latter is moving to May 7th, 2021, displacing Doctor Strange 2, which is now set for November 5th, 2021. That prompted Thor Love and Thunder to relocate to February 18th, 2022, and Black Panther 2 for May 6th, 2022. Date is unchanged, while Captain Marvel 2 is moving up 2 weeks to July 8th, 2022. Fucking Brie Larson ruining my life. Anyways, among the changes in the Disney film empire is 20th Century Fox Ryan Reynolds led Free Guy event pick, which is being pushed July 3rd to December 11th of this year, moving the comedy event pick into December. However, it isn't changing the plans for the opening of Steven Spielberg's West Side Story because, no one was going to go see that anyways. On December 18th, and Ridley Scott's The Last Duel, which I am interested in, December 25th. The latter of those two is 20th Century label, as Bob's Burger is moving to July 17th, from July 17th to April 9th of 2021. Searchlight.
Isn't Bob's Burger that really crappy show?
It's not a crappy show, yes. But they're making a movie?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I had to check that out.
Yeah, I was curious about it too when I saw it on the slate. I just hadn't had a chance to do a video on it because of, life. But yeah, I was going to do a video on it because I didn't expect it. That just kind of came out of left field. But Searchlight and Wes Anderson's specialty offering, The French Dispatch, is vacating its July 24th release date, and it will now stride into theaters October 16th, closer to awards season. Within Disney's live-action studio home, Mulan, as the yet untitled Indiana Jones film, is being pushed back a year from July 9th, 2021 to July 29th, 2022. Some delayed titles remain undated, including The Personal History of David Copperfield, Antlers, which I was looking forward to, Woman in the Window, which I was also looking forward to, and New Mutants, which I was also looking forward to. Those new dates are expected to be announced soon. Disney's insiders are stressed that because of the ongoing uncertainty, all these release dates could be shifted yet again. So, man, there is a lot of stuff that is being moved around, repurposed, and this is just on Disney and Fox, and we know nothing about Sony. Remember, Morbius was supposed to come out, and Venom 2 had a release date and all that. They're all up in the air. Into the Spider-Verse had a release date. So when is part 2?
Marvel, so, when is Captain Marvel 2 coming out again?
It is going to be July 8th, 2022.
Oh, so it's coming out a week after The Flash. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either, so I guess I'm gonna
we're also going to see what they're going to do with the Flash. What if they can it because they have to get a new Flash?
To talk about the Ezra Miller thing real quick though, like I think that whole video is fake. Just that, yeah, like they all made this like a little gag, and it probably just went left, and people just spun it to how they wanted to spin it. But we're not here to talk about Ezra Miller. That's just my take on that. Okay.
Well, we all know about spin here in the fandom zone.
Yeah, I see either. I could see Flash either moving out of that space or moving up. You know, but I think more people would, if they were to keep that date. So if like Flash is set to come out July 1st, so 2022. So if they're that confident in it, I think more people will be more interested in the Flash movie than a Captain Marvel 2. That's what I feel.
It'll be interesting. No, it'll be interesting to see how Captain Marvel 2 does without having the Endgame hype behind her. Like, without having anything tied in, it'll be interesting to see what the box office looks like. And it really depends on the movies that precede her, because she's got 2 other movies, and they could throw in something that ties into Captain Marvel 2.
We don't know. They'll probably do something to hype it up, because this is the MCU. They've done it all the time.
She's gonna have to have somebody like that's on her, like a co-star or something like that, like a Samuel Jackson, a big name or something like that, to be in this movie to get people excited for it.
Well, look what they did with Thor with casting Christian Bale. That immediately made me want to see that. And they said he's going to be a villain.
They would have to say some shit like, "Oh, this is going to tie in to like tease whatever's going to happen in Phase 5, or like something to do with X-Men or Fantastic Four, or something like that." They'd have to say some shit like that, like the post-credit scene or something like that. They're going to have to do something to hype that movie up to where,
or like Galactus is summoned, you know?
Because I don't think we're going to get a tease for Galactus for a minute. I think they're going to wait on that.
Yeah, I think they're going to do Doctor Doom. If they were smart, they drop Doctor Doom at the end of Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah. Keep that.
That would be my
play. That's the best part of the movie. That's all people would talk about is Doctor Doom.
Nobody would be talking about Captain Marvel. They'd just be talking about Doom.
Yeah, that would be a they play for me. But chat, let me know. You guys, let me know. What do you think about these release dates? Any of those movies you were looking forward to? I'll tell you right now, I'm pissed off about that Antlers thing. I am a huge Guillermo del Toro fan, and he was returning to horror, R-rated. I was very much very looking forward to this movie.
I wanted to kind of add to that Captain Marvel 2 shit though. Like I could see if that were to be true, if Doctor Doom was at the end of this, you could be like the biggest clickbait shit you could ever do is just be like, yeah, Captain Marvel 2 is Doom. Yeah, like it's Doom, something like that.
Yeah, you know, people would just go then to see them end credits. Like, they would have to do something where it's like a reveal, or maybe Doom is the villain she meets and she doesn't know it, or I don't know. They're gonna have to pull
dictator, and his name is Victor, and you know, for the people that don't know about him, they're like, oh, but everybody who knows him be like, we know who this dictator is. It'll go on, and then like the post credits will be him putting on the mask or something.
You would literally have people like just buy their ticket, right, and not even show up until like the last like half hour or something like that. Just be like, yeah, we're just here for the end credit because we heard Dr.
Called Jeremy. Yes, I did not pronounce it right. Zod never pronounces anything right. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. You know, everybody, let me know what films were you looking forward to. I feel like New Mutants has been getting fucked ever since they announced it, so I was not surprised it did not have a release date because that movie has been stalled. They put it in production hell, came out of production hell. They apparently finished it, and then Disney brought them out. They reshot shit, and then they gave it a new release date, and then coronavirus. I just feel like that movie's not meant to be seen.
I feel like I don't understand why they don't just put that on a streaming service. It must be good because they're like, all right, it's too good to put on a streaming service right now. We just want people to go see it, because it's like you said, like they put Artemis Fowl up there. That's going to be on streaming service. Then why not New Mutants? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I had that feeling from the trailers that I don't know. I just have this feeling like it's going to be worth the wait. But yeah, Stone Cold Jeremy agrees with me. Antlers. Yeah. That's what I was waiting for too. Trey Courtney says Halloween Kills, Godzilla versus King Kong are the most hyped movies of 2020. Hey man, I'm a fan of Godzilla. If you haven't seen, like, I had to talk about that. I love Godzilla. I like the new movies. I ain't with the people talking hate about them. Halloween Kills, I'm intrigued by. The last Halloween I got mixed feelings about.
I love that last Halloween movie. I was like, they literally turned this joint into like an action horror movie. I was like, that's what it kind of needed to be.
No, my only complaints was that guy trying to be like a twisted Dr. Loomis. I didn't like that whole thing.
Yeah, that was kind of like thrown in there, but it's just like he got out of there real quick. Like Mike killed him, so it's like. Because if that was the direction they were going to go in, I was like, where is this going? But I'm hyped for Halloween.
Yeah, that was my real big beef with it. But I do like the fact that they brought it full circle. Like, I like the fact of Michael Myers being the hunted one. The whole time you think it's gonna be like Jamie Lee Curtis being hunted and scared, and then they flipped it, and I like that. I like when they do shit like that.
It's literally if you love the Terminator, that's pretty much what they did with that's pretty much what they're doing with Halloween right now. It's just like, yeah, this is like Terminator now, like with Mike Myers being the T-1000 or whatever the fuck.
Now, I got some nonsense to talk about tonight. I want to talk about Lady Gaga.
Oh, jeez. What'd she do now?
Yeah, like, Bitchy is back. She's trying to summon PB. She said his name 3 times. He isn't a Candyman. Hey, King Sloan! What up? Finally joining us. Anyways, yeah, so Lady Gaga, I like her music. I like her new stuff now. I think she's very underrated for being able to actually sing. You know what I mean? Like, when she did that song at the Oscars the year before, like, man, she can sing. But there's a thing that she's putting on. And I'm going to read the article to you. This comes to us from CNBC. One of those
things in there can't sing.
Yeah, I see you saw those. And I hope you're not hating on my Billie Eilish, because that's my theme song for my channel.
Billie Eilish?
There's so many better songs than that.
Hey, I'm a bad guy.
Billie Eilish, she has potential, but like certain songs that she's been making are just like trash. Like, what did you do?
No, I agree. Most of the stuff I heard was trash. I just like that song I used the theme from. She's all right. They just hype her up a little bit. But Lady Gaga announces a COVID-19 benefit concert on Who Call Billie Eilish, Paul McCartney, Elton John, and many more to perform. Entertainers from around the world will come together for a global televised special in support to fight the coronavirus pandemic. Lady Gaga. And during a World Health Organization call on Monday, the singer said the special would take place April 18th, and proceeds would go toward funding protective equipment for healthcare professionals. We're all so grateful to all of the healthcare professionals across the country and the world who are on the front lines doing COVID-19. She said on the call, the event will be hosted by Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and Stephen Colbert. Two of them are the biggest pieces of shit in the world. And guess which
all
ones?
Three of them are not funny.
Well, Jimmy Fallon, I put slightly above Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert. Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert are pieces of shit, and I hate them.
Isn't it funny that he's the funniest one, but if Craig Ferguson was still in the game, he'd be the only funny one? I miss Craig Ferguson.
I get behind that.
Miss him.
And featured characters from Sesame Street, as well as a number of musical guests. The slate includes Alanis Morissette, Andre, I can't say that last name, Billie Eilish, Billy Joe Armstrong, my boy from Green Day, Burna Boy, Chris Martin, David Beckham, Eddie Vedder, Elton John.
That's a good one.
Finesse, Idris and Sabrina Alba, Jay Bolivian, John Legend, Casey Musgivens, Keith Urban, of course, because Keith Urban does anything supporting anything. But I like Keith Urban. Like, that man, if it's a cause, he will be there to sing. Support the troops, support cancer victims, support any kind of funding for medicine. Keith Urban does it all. Like, I don't even know how the man has money. Like, I give him a lot of credit. Like, he's donated so much fucking money. I don't know how he still has like all his trucks and shit. Kerry Washington, Lang, Lizzo, Mulla, I don't know who the fuck that is. Paul McCartney. I can't even fucking say that. And I'm just gonna skip the last one, Stevie Wonder. It's like
Stevie Wonder's great.
Come
on.
SHAHRUKH Khan. Oh, Shaka Khan. Okay, not that one.
Oh, wow.
Okay, all right. I know where you're going with this, perp.
Wow. She has a name, you know.
Hey, I didn't say, you know, that black woman who sings. The special will be broadcast live starting at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC, NBC, VidCom, CBS networks, and the iHeartMedia, as well as Bell Media networks and platforms in Canada. International BBC One will run the program April 19th with international broadcasts that include BN Media Group, MultiChoice Group, and RTE. The virtual broadcast will be multi-hour digital broadcast and will also stream on Albia, Amazon Prime Video, Apple, Facebook, Instagram, LiveX Live, Tencent Music Group, our Music Entertainment Group, Tidal, TuneIn, Twitch, Twitter, Yahoo, and YouTube. As we honor and support the heroic efforts of the community health workers, One World Together at Home aims to serve. What's that?
I said, is this a concert they're doing?
It's a concert, and like some of these people are going to speak and whatnot.
Oh, that's fucking Coachella.
So I want to get everyone's thoughts. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that this is a good thing?
We're going to know what a lot of people's living rooms look like. Or garages, wherever they want to record it.
Yeah, it's a weird sort of format. It's a a multi-broadcast virtual kind of thing. It's pretty inventive as far as it goes. What do you guys think? You guys think that this is like something that most of these people should be doing?
I mean, to me,
I'm doing my own thing on my thing where I'm promoting bands, and showing their merch page, but that's to support the bands. I don't know about this awareness thing.
Yeah, it sounds like a cash grab. I don't never trust no type of charities, man. They take a percentage out of that shit. I don't trust them.
And a lot of times when they make the money off of those charity things is based off the tickets of the people who come to the event. Right. No one's going to go to an event.
Yeah. I mean,
what they sell there is.
Yeah, I think it's very very interesting way to do this. I think it's really I think that some of it is because some of the people that are on that list were diagnosed with the coronavirus. My take on it is I feel like the Hollywood stars started jumping on this because they got hit over there. So now it's a big, we got to raise money. I would say, where the fuck were these people when the cases started happening, where they could have been raising all of this money? And, Jimmy Kimmel is a bandwagon bitch. He rides a bandwagon like a little fucking piece of shit and latches on to causes. And the same with Stephen Colbert. Fuck him too. He's a fucking cunt, and I can't stand him as well. Both of them ride fucking dick like no one I've ever seen.
Pause.
They're a bunch of famed dick riders. Pause. That's what they are. They ride that big old Hollywood cock all the way to the show.
Oh my god.
Like, I have not seen one of these pricks, none of these fucking late night, pricks come out and say anything until someone of note gets on there and is like, oh yeah, I'm going to put this, benefit together. And then you got Jimmy Kimmel, who's probably just got done sucking his exec's dick, going, yeah, I'll be there. I could do some non-funny jokes.
I want to throw these celebrities under the freaking train, not a bus, train. When this stuff started happening, I saw a lot of fucking athletes start fundraising for shit like this and going through. And all these artists going on there, I know I like Elton John and Paul McCartney, but you guys are all piece of shit because John Bon Jovi, he's always had those, forget what it's called, but it's a table thing where it helps, poor get food, and he also has it for college kids who can't afford food. Those are still running, and he's in the kitchen right now working. Well, probably not at this time, but during the day he's there working to get those meals out to those people who cannot afford it. So these artists and these celebrities can just go suck a fat one right now.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. This seems like a very like Lady Gaga, I don't really question her intent. She does a lot of shit like this off to the side. She's a part of a lot of groups and charities. She has been for a while, but I think the rest of the names that attach themselves to this were, one, friends of hers that she's worked with and shit like that, and two, dick riders. That's Hollywood dick riders come strolling in. And they're going to be like, look what I did for the coronavirus. Now I can pat myself on the back for the month. Yay!
Elton John is one of those other ones, too, that would be fine because he's done a lot of charity work before in the past.
Yeah, McCartney has done a lot of stuff. Elton John's a weird one. I haven't seen him throw his hat into anything until now, so... that's a one that's out of the blue. He has
done events and stuff, and it's more in his, recent years, after all of his, ups and downs through the 80s, where he did all those drugs and shit.
Yeah, and
I'm saying it's more in recent years, like, you know, the turns of the decades. He doesn't do all of them. He does a lot of ones that he agrees with, which is, you know, still a difference.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, it's very, you know, it's just it's interesting, to see these people coming out of the woodwork, so to speak. I don't know how I feel. You guys, while I'm doing some other stuff here, what do you guys think? Give me your thoughts and opinions of what you think of this benefit overall.
Sounds like clout chasing to me.
Can you elaborate on that, Perp? When you see all these names, what are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking Coachella. Coachella's canceled, but we could still make money off these people.
Do you think it's out of the kindness of their heart?
Fuck no. Celebrities don't give a damn.
Half of these things, these people were in concert events, and what the hell are they called? Like music festivals. Half of those festivals have been canceled because of the virus.
And
the groups that were also in it, I don't see there. Just the what you would call the important people.
And most of these tours is a bulk of a lot of artists' money and stuff. So it's like they got to think of some other ways to make money now. Like,
that's very true. Very, very true. So yeah, I mean, you know, chat, let me know. What do you think? Do you think this is some clout chasing, or do you think they have the people's health and they have the concern of of all of these poor souls trapped in their house, but we're stuck in our penthouse, our mansion, forced to play Wii and take bubble baths and shoot Imagine videos. So I mean, like, you know, it's just, yeah, and it's funny. Trey Courtney brings up a good point right here. He said, is there going to be an audience? It's going to be over every fucking platform. I imagine there has to be some kind of audience.
So that's what it says. It sounds like Coachella. Like,
I just say this too. Everyone pretty much on that list, they all have mansions. Not sure about Billie Eilish because she just started, but they all have mansions. Now, yes, I am going to start chilling for my own Twitch because of what I'm doing right now. You know, I've said I'm like promoting these bands and stuff. The one I'm currently promoting is a band I have liked for years, and they're the Struts. They're in the quarantine too, but they're all in apartments because they just moved to LA because they got signed to a new record label that, you know, is there, which I believe was Capitol Records. But they're all in these tiny apartments. They don't got some fancy mansion and a big yard they can walk around all day. No, they have to stay in those little apartments. I mean, they're even doing their own thing for their fans, and it's exclusively for their fans. They had a thing Sunday. It's called Sunday Service, and it's for their fans. It's not for anything else. It's directly for the people who actually care about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why like you see a lot of like in the hip hop space, you got a lot of like producers and stuff like that coming together, and they're doing like battles on like IG. They're just playing like hit for hit, and you know they do charities through that way and whatnot. Which that's changing the game as well too, and like because a lot like I think the next battle that's supposed to be happening is like L.A. Reid and like Babyface. That's gonna be pretty big. So
the biggest thing that pisses me off about this whole thing is that we had YouTubers, shout out to Mad Squirrel. Hopefully, in your tree, you're listening to the smooth sounds of Zod. Probably not, but you know, you'll hear about this and be like, yeah, Mad Squirrel and other people, YouTubers, not big fucking corporations or people with lots of money, were calling this bullshit before it got here and saying this could be a thing and we were all bracing ourselves, getting ready, trying to raise up awareness. And then after, she was doing stuff for Doctors Without Borders and shit like that. I've not heard one celebrity that is giving to something like that or to research or shit like that. They're putting on these fucking concerts and these charity benefits to get fucking masks and equipment. Like,
well, before all this, I know there was one, there was a couple, you know, like again, what I said, the groups, but again, they put it on their own fan pages because it's their fans, and they said, hey, we looking at this one. If you have a little money, send it that way. And I believe Disturbed found one right away, and they sent that one. And I saw it like maybe once or twice in my feed, and then I saw a couple of bands. But then it's not being big. It's direct to the fans. Here's a link of a charity we've to help support it. No big community gathering or anything like that.
Yeah, man. It seems like a lot being done, late in the game. It's hit them where they live, and they feel the need to sit here and start giving a shit. Where the fact is, they should have been giving a shit a while ago when there were, these cases. And then let's not forget the fucking politicians, hats off to them, that have a fucking press conference and get multiple people infected there. I mean, it's astonishing that now you choose to have this big benefit and you're gonna do all this and that. I mean, come on. This is the typical Hollywood nonsense that people like. That's why that Imagine video rubbed people the wrong way, man. No one wants to see that shit while they're fucking in isolation, ready to kill the fucking kids and their husbands and shit. Wives. No one wants to see you talking about Imagine all the people and you fuckers can't even say.
Was it Imagine? If you get me correct, when it came out, it was an anti-war song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember much, and I believe his message through that was we got to stop killing each other and bring peace and enjoy our life the way it was.
Oh, and shout out to Snowdub. He says, "Perp, Walking Dead stream, TMR, tomorrow, I guess, night if you can make it."
Yeah.
Anyways, that song is not a song you want to sing when people need to find something to hope for.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Cyber. I think they took the wrong context to that.
No.
But it's Hollywood. They take things as they want to take them. They try to make things work that and don't get the point behind actual art, especially the people who are not artists that quote this shit. It amazes me. Stone Cold Jeremy says, if these celebs are going to donate as well, I'll cut them a little slack. But if they're doing this to raise money without them contributing, fuck them. So, yeah, I mean, you got to wonder where the charity is coming in and where the press is coming in. That's when I saw this, and why I wanted to bring it to you guys and to the chat tonight, is that I feel like a lot of this is the press, right? They're still trying to stay relevant. They want to stay in people's minds. They want to come out when this blows over, because trust me, it will blow over, people. This is not the fucking bubonic plague. We will survive.
I mean, that lasted for 4 years and killed 200 million. I looked at it, I'm like,
I'll get into death tolls. Because we don't have Squirrel, in honor of Squirrel, I got an article about the coronavirus, some update on the tolls. And actually, the numbers are not what you think. They are high, but not as high as some things. We'll get into that later tonight. But the thing is, I see this more as PR as opposed to actually giving a shit and wanting to raise money for your cause. This is all for publicity. This is all for keeping their name relevant and staying in the public eye. You know, I mean, you guys disagree? You have a different opinion? Do you think they have good altruistic intentions?
Well, I want to say, like I said before, the ones that actually cared and stuff aren't trying to push it out there. You're just being direct with their actual fan bases. They're not trying to make noise. They're not trying to get limelight. So
and Perp, I already know your stance. They're clout chasing.
Yeah, man, it's all about money. Because none of these artists ain't gonna do shit for free. So it's like, yeah, like I'll do this charity event. I'm not getting paid.
Yeah, they do this charity event, and most of them can still afford to live in their houses.
Right.
With the money they've already made. That's why I said, is when you get to like a smaller group, or it's a group that's starting out, and this was going to be a good year for them or whatever, now they can't make anything.
Speaking of celebrities, this is going way off topic, but
yeah,
it's I want to get Zod's perspective on this since he has a daughter. Did you hear about Floyd Mayweather's daughter stabbing this one rapper's baby mom?
Ooh, no, I did not. Ooh, some late breaking news. Elaborate, Mr.
Yeah, so pretty much, well, it's been in the news for like a few days now, but yeah, Floyd's daughter was dating this rapper named NBA Youngboy, and you know, I guess short version of the story, like she stabbed his baby's mom. You know what I'm saying? So his baby mom. So how would you feel like knowing that you have like, because to me that was like the dumbest shit you could ever possibly do. And I was like, your dad's like one of the richest people in the world, and you're gonna go do that and fuck your life up. Doesn't make any sense.
Here's my question that I always ask my kids, and what I would pose would be, what did she do to what did the baby mother do to incite the thing? Because I've dealt with baby mama drama just from my perspective, and that shit can get heated when you're in that situation, you know what I mean? And you got two opposing forces like that. And you got to also ask too, what did the guy do? How does he factor in? Was he playing both and then one snapped? I mean, I know that you're probably following the news on that. There's got to be more to the story. Like, was there calls instigating? Was he cheating?
But for me, like, I didn't go into like the details of it, but it's just like, you're Floyd Mayweather's daughter. Like, for one, you shouldn't even be with this dude. Like, but I'm not gonna tell somebody who they shouldn't be with. But it's just like, it seems like she was just doing this to piss off daddy at this point, and and I like how Floyd kind of countered that, because the media was going to try to flip it like, oh, you're a bad father, but he's sitting there practicing with his son, showing him how to box and whatnot and all that. Everybody's like, oh,
he's not a bad father, he's just a bad boxer.
Hey man, undefeated.
And welcome, PB.
I'd be undefeated too if I boxed people when they were at their worst.
PB, why is your name PB Lucas?
Hey.
Why is Perp's name Perp Johnson?
Yeah, I didn't come in with Zod Filoni. I was gonna save that for a stream. I didn't know y'all were gonna do that. Thanks for the memo. And I'm saying that so that Snowdub can take a shot, because he's already to oblivion, and I'm trying to help a snowman get tipsy or drunk, I guess, at this point. But no, yeah, my take on it is this: when it comes to family, I would, it doesn't matter if you are rich or if you are a celebrity. Yeah, maybe you got to tread lines a little bit, but the family always gets caught in that limelight, and they're thinking they're living a normal life. when really they're not. And actually, kids being thrusted into that, I got my whole issues with that in general. It's like
you can't thrust children; you can only catapult them.
Exactly. It's like it's a tough situation for them just having a famous parent or celebrity parent, and even if they fall for someone, all of that shit is in the spotlight. So to answer your question, Perp, that just magnifies the situation. You pick the wrong person and it's in the limelight, and then they got drama, and then everything is amplified. What should be a little dispute turns into someone getting stabbed.
Yeah, I was just looking at and the fact that the dude NBA YoungBoy was on IG Live because he had beef with some other rapper that got locked up or whatever, and he straight up calls Mayweather a bitch right in front of his daughter and stuff. I was like, that would have been great if she just clocked him one time, but it is what it is.
And let's remember too, Floyd Mayweather ain't exactly junior or senior, aren't exactly known for their world famous tempers. They don't have the calmest disposition. I mean, Floyd Mayweather Jr. plays it up a little bit on camera, but I know a couple of stories. He ain't exactly got the most balanced temper, and neither does Senior. So, I mean, that plays big into genetics, and
you cannot talk about a black man's temper.
Oh, my bad. They're gonna cancel me. Well, this is the end of Zod ever streaming. Sorry.
Only Google can cancel you.
Yep. And God.
Yeah, but God's on a permanent thing. Speaking of shocking stories, let's talk about John motherfucker. John K.
No, I want to hear about this John Coolant guy.
John, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, John Krasinski?
Yeah, there we go. Krasinski.
Dude, if you're going to live in Wisconsin, you need to learn how to pronounce Polish names.
I don't got to learn nothing but Kryptonian. So, John K., he surprised a young Broadway fan with the epic Hamilton reunion. This is the content. This is the content you're getting from his YouTube series. So, John is back with more feel-good content. On Sunday, the 40-year-old actor released episode 2 of his YouTube series, Some Good News, to help bring joy during the challenging time. The uplifting 16-minute episode features a revamped introduction on weather forecasts from Robert De Niro and an incredible Hamilton reunion. After spotlighting others online who have been inspired to release their own Some Good News segments, John spoke about the many efforts to manufacture much-needed medical equipment and protective gear. The episode was also as star-studded as it was inspiring. After hearing about young Hamilton fan Aubrey, who was set to see the production in Jacksonville before it got canceled, John arranged for a virtual performance of Alexander Hamilton featuring Anthony Ramos, David Diggs. Yeah, if you can't go to Hamilton, we're bringing Hamilton to you, said John, despite the fact Aubrey admitted she has never really seen The Office or whatever. John also promised to fly her out to New York to see the musical on Broadway at a later date. John debuted Some Good News on March 29th with special guest Steve Carell. The two reminisced about their time co-starring on The Office, including some of the funniest on-set moments and cast tight-knit bond. John also chatted with a girl named Coco, who recently completed her final chemo treatment and was greeted with a social distance welcome parade in her neighborhood. I would like to know how that parade went.
Like, stay away from me, 10 feet.
Social distance parade sounds like an oxymoron.
Haven't you seen them? The news has showed some of these. It looks weird. Like if they'll walk down the middle of the road and people away from their houses.
So I ain't doing that. I'll flip them off from my house.
Same. That's what I want to do.
So, John's making a big splash, probably fucking up the YouTube algorithm. How do we all feel as content creators about this? Oh man, because I watched LB's video. That's why I was hoping LB could be on tonight, but unfortunately, that man's been a streaming champ. So, but yeah, how do you guys feel about that? I've seen the show. It's all right. I like him better in A Quiet Place. What do you guys?
He's a comedic actor at best, right? He's not a comedian. He doesn't have any bits or anything like that he can bring to the show. So it's essentially just going to be him and possibly some other celebrity friends like Steve Carell that he's going to bring on the show to get people to watch. What I would like to know is, and I don't know if somebody could like watch the show and add up the numbers. I'm sure people are sending super chats. Is he going to donate all of that money?
He should.
I mean, YouTube will take some of that money too because they like that grease.
Yeah,
YouTube definitely liked it. Like what LB said, he's like, he would probably monetize before he started.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, celebrities shouldn't even be able to make YouTube channels, to be honest. Like, because they just automatically, you know what I'm saying? It's like certain YouTubers, they just get like 1K in a week. Like, nah, bro, you didn't earn that shit.
Well, I didn't look it up,
or
but
someone.
Right, from watching LB's video, he had 600,000 subscribers immediately when he created his channel.
Okay, you guys remember when Jack Black made his gaming channel, right?
No.
He posted a video, said he'd post his next video once he gets a million subscribers. That happened within a day, so the next day he posted the video.
Oh, so
that is bullshit. I actually walked away from my channel for a while after that happened, and because I had a lot of doubt in myself.
Oh, Husky, that's terrible. Oh, wow.
I mean, I don't want to watch celebrities on YouTube. That's what the typical late night shows were for in the first place. If they had something going on, i.e. a personal project, a movie they were working on, a show they were working on, whatever they had going on that they wanted to promote in their life, they would go on the circuit of late night shows and promote it. And they could crack some jokes and have a good time. And you'd watch it for 15, 20 minutes, and then you move on for your life. I'm never going to tune in to his channel for an hour and a half, 2 hours to sit there and watch him talk to Steve Carell about some funny story that happened behind the scenes on the set of The Office. Fuck that.
You can get the DVDs, and they have the behind-the-scenes funny bloopers of The Office. I have them.
Right, because it's not like they're ever going to tell us anything that's actually salacious that hasn't already come out that is so mind-blowingly intriguing that we wouldn't want to miss it.
The thing is interesting too is back in the day when like 2011, 2012, when you looked up YouTube celebrities, you'd get people like PewDiePie. Obviously, he's been on the list for a long time. And then like Smosh and see, it was Jack Films. I'm trying to remember everybody's Tom Scott. Now, when you look up YouTube celebrities, you get PewDiePie and all these bullshit celebrities.
Yeah, Hollywood celebrities.
It's a way that they're now pushing down creators, and these changes, like, they've been visibly affecting YouTube, like our notifications to people and things like that. And the algorithm was already fucked with these keywords and stuff you're not supposed to say. Cunt, 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 cunt. And, you know,
you can't say cunt.
We were, I think I did, Mike Hunt. But I mean, like, there was already a hard time as a YouTuber trying to get yourself, in that good algorithm when you got people coming and engaging and shit like that. Now you got these assholes coming, fucking throwing everything between them and the fucking news station. We didn't want to watch the fucking news on TV. Now you bring that shit onto YouTube. It's ridiculous. Like, CNN is like, oh, no one's watching us on television, so we'll just go to YouTube where no one will fucking watch us on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's what happens when you sign these massive contracts for people like Anderson Cooper and Wolf Blitzer and Don Lemon and all of the other people that nobody gives a shit and doesn't want to watch on your network because they report stuff that either is straight up a lie or has been completely misconstrued, that it's been turned into a lie. So they're like, oh, we're not making enough money off of our ads on regular CNN, so we got to make up that revenue. I know where we can do it. We'll just post all of these clips on YouTube and people will watch it there. Because then when you search for it on Google, what's the first thing that comes up whenever you search for any kind of news topic? It's always CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, ABC, CBS, every frickin' letter network. Like, I'm trying to get away from these alphabet people, damn it.
What's funny about those? So I see those all the time, and my Chrome attachment gives you a percentage of how well the like-dislike ratio does. They never get into the green. They're always in red. So they're in the very, very bad percentage, all of those. But
and here's the thing. They're pushing stuff down in the algorithm by posting all this shit. Like, I don't have a problem with John. I never have. But just this shit with the corona has now made these celebrities fucking bored and a mash push. And, he can get monetized, but my man Perp here is sitting at 1K, can't get monetized. I'm smelling a lot of racism from YouTube.
I'm really surprised how fast they got back to me. Like, it was literally like a week. I had to wait for them to get back to me.
And because of this system, I told you guys, you could just sign up for the monetization. Once you've gotten, a little bit of a footing, you've posted a couple of videos. I signed up for monetization, had my thing monetized. I was practically making like a penny every once in a while. Then it was like 2018, they changed the rules and said, no, now you have to have the requirement to have 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours.
Geekicidal Tendencies had a good point. He said, I hate when YouTube sends me recommend videos with 100K, 4K, 1 million subs, but never grassroots creators will minimum subs and views. Always have to search them out. Exactly. That's the issue that we're having. Like, everyone, like, I noticed there's a lot of videos about this coming out about John, and I don't got a problem with him. I always liked him in The Office. I like his directing. He's a very good director, but I think Hollywood and these people should stay in that realm. Don't fucking infect our realm. We have this platform to talk shit about you. Don't come on here now. To give us something.
Yeah. Okay, so let's use a different platform as an example. The stream platform Twitch. I pulled it up to kind of see what they throw in my recommended. I got a person with 13 views, another one with 14, 16, 14, one with 117. And yeah, it keeps staying in like double digits. There's one right here that has 7 viewers. I don't recommend you that on like Twitch or something else, but not so much YouTube.
Yeah, it's
Right, like,
it's really
these celebrities.
weird.
Why can't they? They could go on Facebook Live.
Oh yeah, they could do that.
Yeah, go pollute Facebook with the trash that's already there.
Exactly.
Facts. You know, with your family, that your grandma who got the account and thinks she's up with times now, they'd love, you know, a couple of videos from John and the gang. They love news.
Right.
They're right there.
They're all about that family-friendly, clean content, which is what I'm sure he's doing. Like, they ain't dropping F-bombs and shit like that.
YouTube wasn't built on fucking family-friendly
fuckers.
content. They were not built on fucking family-friendly content. The channel that built them, it's not the same channel that used to be. One of the channels that helped build YouTube was Smosh, and they were not family-friendly.
They should definitely
that's what I'm saying. YouTube isn't. YouTube is supposed to be for anybody and everybody, but Facebook now, they're all about family-friendly.
Google should just buy out Pornhub. You know how big they like. You know, chill, crazy. You just have an X-rated like section, whatever. You get to sign in, put your like fucking shit in and all that. Social Security.
Yeah. People start moving their YouTube
That'd make it way
platforms to
too easy
Pornhub.
for the general.
Oh man, I'd have 1 million subs by then.
Jesus Christ.
I'd be the PewDiePie of Pornhub.
Oh my God.
I don't need that image. I don't need that image in my mind.
There's no way
I want to go to the bathroom to throw up now.
would ever be the PewDiePie of Pornhub.
So I was gonna bring this up earlier, and then Perp brought it to me because he must not have read the beginning when I dropped the articles.
I don't want to hear what you're bringing up after we were talking about Pornhub.
I swear it's not Pornhub related. Can Chrissy, I believe that's how you say her name, Chrissy Teigen?
Ooh.
Yeah, Chrissy.
You mean Mrs. John Legend?
Teigen, yes. Help launch
Quibi.
Quibi to Netflix level binging during the coronavirus quarantine. So as the corona and this comes to us from the Los Angeles Times, as the coronavirus outbreak spread last month, producer Johan Bekor and Jonas Bell, fuck me, has, well, I'm just gonna say Jonas Bell, worried their QB show, The Nod with Brittany and Eric, was doomed. The duo had taken over a loft in Manhattan's Flatiron district to film the Black Culture Show, hosted by podcaster Brittany Lush and Eric Eddings, with episodes planned to air daily on the new streaming service. We weren't even sure how we could continue to do the show, Bell said. To save it, Bell and Bekor fashioned sets with multiple cameras in each host's Brooklyn apartment, so they could film in isolation. Within a week, they shot a test run to see if it could be ready for QB's debut next week. It took 5 days of 14-hour FaceTime sessions, Bekor said. The rhythm of how we communicate was unlike anything we've done before. The rush to salvage The Nod is just one example of how the corona crisis has brought a new layer of uncertainty for QB the subscription streaming service led by DreamWorks Animation co-founder Jeffrey Kinsberg and former eBay chief executive Meg Whitman. For these two towering figures in the worlds of Silicon Valley and Hollywood, Quibi represents a bold, some would say risky, bet that the consumer will be willing to pay for high-end, short-form video designed for mobile phones. Since 2018, they've wrangled 1.75 or 1.75 billion from venture capital firms and entertainment and tech giants, including Walt Disney and Alba Group, to fund their Hollywood-based business, which has grown to 265 employees, mostly under 40. Quibi, short for Quick Bites, launches Monday with 50 shows and movies, mainly targeting young adults ages 25 to 35. Ooh, I'm a young adult. It charges $7.99 a month.
Oh my god!
I feel happier now. It charges $7.99 a month or $4.99 a month with ads after 90-day free trial. Each episode lasts 10 minutes or less, and some of them have production costs rivaling prestigious television dramas. Content falls under three categories: movies presented in bite-sized chapters, unscripted and documentary series, and daily essentials, or up-to-minute news and talk shows. At launch, Quibi is toting shows like Chrissy Teigen's Judge Judy-esque Christie's Court, the Liam Hemsworth thriller The Most Dangerous Game, and Sophie Turner. Oh, fuck you! Okay, I'm sorry. Sophie Turner Vehicle Survive. Saw red there. Flashbacks from Game of Thrones. I apologize. I took down my fuck Sophie Turner video, but I might do a 2.0 version and just leave out the bagel people. But there are plenty of what?
I was about to say, you get a kick out of the one that shows that they have on there. Probably you and probably everybody here will get a kick out of this, right? They got this show called Game Show. That's GAYME. Game.
Oh, so it's for the queers.
Yeah. I was like, yo, that's hilarious.
Oh, but there's plenty of skeptics in Hollywood and on Wall Street. Some analysts doubt young people would pay for short videos that can get finite entertainment for free from YouTube and TikTok. YouTube last year backtracked on its plan to put most of its shows, such as Cobra Kai, behind a $11.99 a month paywall. Free platforms have struggled with short-form video. Verizon ad-based service Go90 shut down because it couldn't generate enough audience. Convincing millions of people to fork over cash will become even harder if the COVID-19 pandemic plagues the economy into a prolonged recession. Additionally, the competition for streaming eyeballs has intensified in recent months with the unveiling of Disney Plus, the impending HBO Max, and AT&T and Peacock from NBC Universal. When people are paying for video, they aren't used to getting something short, said e-marketeer analyst Ross Benz. I think there is some consumer psychology that they will have to overcome there. Kinsberg, 69, acknowledged that the coronavirus crisis has scrambled any previous expectations of how Quibi will perform. All human behavior, as we know, in America is upside down and inside out. Well, you're going a little bit crazy there. He said in an interview last week, indeed, Kinsberg and Whiteman's pre-COVID-19 pitch for Quibi feels like something from another world. Quibi ads, including a 5.6 million Super Bowl commercial, sold it like something people would watch on the go while waiting in line for coffee, riding on a subway, or doing other activities now curbed by social distancing guidelines. But debuting it in its time of stay-at-home measures, this could be an advantage. Quibi's shows are designed to be on mobile phones, and people are glued to their devices like never before. Nelson on Tuesday said U.S. consumers have watched more than 156 billion minutes of streaming content during the week of March 16th, more than double the comparable time period from the later years. It's probably both the best and worst time to be launching. Rob Fisherman, co-founder of Brad TV, a company that makes shows featuring YouTube stars. On the bright side, we've seen some viewers flocking to online videos in an unprecedented number. On the other side, people have choices more than ever, and they're certainly not on the go. Katzenberg said Quibi will still be able to attract audiences even when their commute is a short walk from the bed to the dining room. The company did not share any target goals for its subscribers.
Hold on a second. What about those people that can't walk? Not very woke of this person.
They say you have a lot of what was that, Perp?
I said, what about those people that can't walk?
They can stream too. Just put it on their lap.
No, he said in the article, because it's a short walk from your bedroom to your living room. Like, well, if you can't walk,
then fucking levitate.
That's very insensitive of this writer.
Thank you for calling that out.
Like, I keep seeing, like, I see ads for this shit popping up everywhere. Like, they definitely put some marketing dollars behind this. Like,
for sure.
When I first saw, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Then I really looked into it. I was like, 90-day free trial. Like, that alone is like worth just checking. Yeah, 90 days, like, to just check out some shit that you might not give a fuck about. Like 3 months later, cool. Like, but they got a shit ton of content on there, like, that they're just dropping. They said they're dropping a new show like every week or something like that, or multiple shows each week or something like that. Like, they have this one show. It's a horror anthology. It's called 50 States of Fright. So, like, they're going to literally, like, each different, like, state, whatever, and it's going to be a different story. So that's 50 episodes right there. So that's, like, do the math on that. It adds up. And I was like, the only drawback to this is that it's limited to mobile. But I feel like enough people just be on tablets. But I feel like enough people just be on tablets and, like, phones that that might actually work out for them. You know, you don't have to, like, sync nothing with your phone with your TV. Even though if they have that option where you can cast, like, whatever on your phone or your tablet to your smart TV, which probably will come in the future. But you know, there is some drawbacks, like having short form content. But, like, everybody's attention span is pretty short anyway. So, you know, I know with certain shows, with the Sophie Turner one, they give you the first 3 episodes, so that's like 30 minutes right there. So they got Punk'd on there. They got stuff with LeBron. You know, they got a different vast different choices for you to choose from. So it's like for 90 days, and all you have to pay at the end of that is like $5 or $8. I say, why not try it out? And I think this would be the better time. They picked a good time, you know, because this was originally supposed to come out yesterday anyway. So, you know, it just so happens that everybody's, like, stuck in the house. So why not try something else? You know.
Yeah, Trey Courtney already says that sounds whack.
It seems like, from a content standpoint, they already have more original content made and planned out than Disney Plus does.
Yeah, that sounds
on this, like, from switching from portrait mode to landscape is like damn near seamless. It looks pretty crazy. I'm like, damn, that was pretty smooth. I don't know if anybody would care about that, but I find that kind of interesting. And like, I wouldn't watch nothing in portrait mode. That's just weird. I don't know why people would watch content like that. Anyways, you should just turn your phone sideways so you get the wide view. But anyways, what were you saying?
Yeah, I have I definitely I agree with that. I think it could be a good or a bad thing. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. It's definitely a different type of format. It's a different way that they're doing stuff. One thing people do flock to is different. I think Sophie Turner is a terrible choice. Fuck her. But other than that,
don't let the bagel people hear that.
like PB, so, like they got already like I think 15 or 20 shows, or probably more than that, at launch.
Holy shit!
So, yeah.
So so you said it's all of it is short form content?
Yeah. Some of them are gonna be 10 minutes or less. So.
Okay, I feel like they did, whoever they is, because I don't know like if they have a board of directors or if they just got a CEO or whatever, but I feel like they must have done plenty of research to figure out how long people were willing to stick around for a particular show. Like they're like, oh, people aren't sticking around for 20-minute, 30-minute shows, so we're gonna make all of our shows on our platform 10 minutes, every single one, so that way no matter what you're going to watch, you know what you're getting into. Because on everything else, like you could go on Disney Plus and you could watch a show like the Clone Wars, and they're typically like 20 minutes. But then you can go on there and you can watch a different show and it's going to be an hour. Like you don't know until you click on it how long it's going to be. And it's the same on Netflix. It's the same on Amazon Prime. It's the same on all of them. This one, it seems like they've almost streamlined it so you know exactly what you're getting into.
Yeah, because like you could sit there, you could sit there and watch something 10 minutes, hop on to the next 10 minutes, boom, 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 and it's kind of smart. It's kind of a brilliant idea if it works out.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. The short format keeps people's attention, because I know, like, you really start to see how drawn out some shows are once you get past that half hour into the 40-minute territory. If it ain't a really good, engaging show, you'd be like, and I gotta watch episode 2. It becomes a bit of a chore where 10 minutes. If you could just get to the point and move on to the next. Trey Courtney said, not a bad idea on paper.
I want to ask Trey Courtney, like, you wouldn't try out this for like even with the 90-day trial, because that's a long fucking time.
That's a long you can trial cancel for anything.
Yeah, that is.
You can cancel them all. That's like
you can watch like 80 of their shows.
Like if Netflix gave you like 3 months free, like shit.
Think how many shows you could watch on Netflix, Amazon, any other platform that's out there that has a built-up library. If they gave you 90 days for free, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, and like I said,
I get through.
Like I was saying, they got stuff.
No, continue.
Like that. Now it's like they got stuff for people that are into sports. I saw like they got documentary series with like LeBron or something like that, and other things. I forget the list of shows, but I think they also have a Steven Spielberg produced, or he's directing it, whatever. He's getting his own show on there too. It's gonna be interesting.
So
it's definitely gonna
here's a question. Are they going to have a rating limit? Like, are they going to have any R-rated stuff?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely. I don't think they're gonna limit themselves to just making it's a wide variety of stuff on there, just for like everybody. I keep telling people it's like that's why Netflix is killing it, because they have so much different content where it's just they don't try to just single out one specific like group, like, oh, we don't try to just get you for nostalgia, or we don't just try to get you for just this people. Like they just try to cover all the boards.
Yeah, read that comment, Zod.
From Stone Cold Jeremy says, but how much content can actually fit into 10 minutes? Not hating, just curious.
You go on YouTube, you see all these videos of 10 minutes and shit. And not even people watch it all the way to 10 minutes, because YouTube thrives on people just clicking on and off, on and off, on and off, because sometimes when people are bored, they don't watch everything all the way through.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a good point.
But
that's a good point. How many of our videos didn't even make it to the 2-minute mark?
But I'll counter that by saying, like, but that's why they give you, of a lot of these shows I'm seeing, like on this platform, they give you at least 3 episodes. So it's like they give you enough to, like, you know, make a decision if you want to continue with this. Like, say if you're watching the Sophie Turner and the first episode didn't get you, but the last 2 did, you'd be like, all right, I'll probably stay tuned for this. They got but you like this other show, that's cool. I'm gonna just stick on for it, because like I feel like what they're doing is really, really smart, because, you know, out of like however many shows they actually have on there total, you're probably going they probably want you to walk away enjoying at least 5 or something like that. And I think that's a good number to even be at, you know, even if you have just 1. I don't know.
And I mean, Trey Courtney brings up a good point. HBO Max is the only streaming service I'd really consider to buy, and follows that up with they have R-rated content, unlike Disney Plus. Yeah, some people.
And that's what I say. I think HBO Max is definitely going to be the true Netflix competitor until Disney kind of it's going to take a minute for Disney. The way that Disney is rolling their stuff out, it's definitely going to take them a minute to even be in that conversation. They're still going to.
Disney needs to merge the rest of their platforms into Disney Plus, because they own ESPN streaming, and then they have Hulu. They all need to be meshed into one now.
No, because they'll look up Hulu.
They own Hulu.
Did you see how HBO Max's interface is going to look like? It's pretty much just tabs. Like, all right, you got HBO stuff right here. You click that if you want all the Game of Thrones and all that, and then HBO Max stuff if you want all the originals. Then you got the Crunchyroll if you want all the anime. Then you got the Studio Ghibli stuff, and then list goes on and on. Like, they just put them in little tabs and stuff. Like, I like what Husky's saying. Like, they should just combine all of them and just have them in tabs. Like, oh, like once you get out the Disney Plus thing, you can go to Hulu or something like that, or ESPN Plus, to make it just user friendly, instead of like having to launch a whole nother application and stuff.
And Stone Cold Jeremy has been coming up with some good points here. He said most of you guys' content is commentary about a subject where they're apparently telling a story. How compelling is a 10-minute story?
Well, I mean, let's do the one-to-one comparison. I'll give you a one-to-one comparison. On this Quibi, like, their big show is supposed to be the Chrissy Teigen show, right? Like, that's the one I see the commercial for all the time. And that's supposed to be her being a judge over a real case and then giving a judgment at the end. So to compare that to another judge would be Judge Judy. That's a half-an-hour TV show where they do 3 cases and they have commercials. So they can easily do an entire case in 10 minutes.
I'll do you one even better. Like, look at Punk'd. That's going to be on there now too. Like, how long does a prank take? Like, to like flesh out a whole prank and to get the whole the whole gist of it is probably like 8 minutes.
Yeah, but I see where Stone Cold Jeremy's coming.
Is 15 is around the same time limit to like 10 to 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I see where Stone Cold Jeremy is coming from. When you got shows that like have Liam Hemsworth or Sophie Turner, like those kind of shows. Yeah, it's challenging to do a short story format. Although I'm a fan of Battlestar Galactica, and they had a short before they released their like actual show, or even the thing where they did like a short 10-minute thing for preparing people for the new show coming out, and that hooked a lot of people off of just that. I think they released it like online or something like that, and it was just 10 minutes, and they did a lot. But see, Stone Cold Jeremy, here's where it comes into the writers. The writers have got to be able to be good writers that can flesh out a whole arc, but do it in bits of 10 minutes, and episode structure and seasons, right? So they gotta actually, you could probably do more of a story, because you can have a long story and in 10 minutes be like, okay, I want to tell this segment, and this segment, and that would be in reality an actual episode, but you've already done 3 episodes for one. You know what I mean? It'd be like a 3 for 1, like you're doing just what essentially would be one episode, but you did different parts of the script.
And think about it this way too. That kind of cuts out the filler too, because you gotta get right to your point where, like, to hook people in. So
I know it could force writers to be creative.
Instead of having a full half an hour show or an hour long show, you're going to end it per se at the end of the first act, and there's going to be a cliffhanger at that 10 minutes. And then there's going to be another cliffhanger at that next 10 minutes that's going to make you want to watch the next 10, because you're going to be like, well, what's going to happen to this character going into the next scene? Like, they're going to have to break it down more. They're not going to be able to build a show with the episode structure of a Game of Thrones.
Right. And who's to say if this doesn't get popular over time, they might go from 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah. You see shows do that all the time. You see, look at any great show. They did it not with time, but with episode structure. Like, for instance, I was watching Westworld, right? The first 2 seasons are 10 episodes, but the third is only 8 because of the dip in the ratings. So they actually cut. And then you had a show like Breaking Bad that started with 8 episodes and then got a 13 episode slate. And then the last season was actually 26 episodes broken up into 2 parts. So 13 for the first part, 13 for the second part. Same thing with Walking Dead. The typical structure for a whole season is 26 episodes, but they break it into 13 per season. But that's still one block of the season. It's just half the season now, half the season later.
Yeah, I think in the next, like, even by like next year, by the end of like next year, the streaming wars will definitely be like something to keep our eyes on, because I think things are gonna get pretty interesting with Quibi and all this stuff, and who knows, that might create something, another platform like Quibi or something like that, or other maybe even Disney Plus will take note of it. Other streaming services will do this and start doing short form stuff.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be the decade of the stream wars. Take a good look at all your streaming platforms, people, because some of them won't make it through this decade.
No, we're gonna definitely see some people drop off. We're gonna see some depths of different streamers. We're already seeing it.
We're going to see ones being bought up by the other ones.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna see definitely different ones going to war, and it's gonna be the battle of the capita. And
who owns Paramount?
Viacom, I believe.
Yeah, and they technically Viacom wrote a deal with Netflix, so because they're going to throw Nickelodeon shows on Netflix, so I'm pretty sure Viacom as a whole has a contract.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to have a Nickelodeon show on there too. It's supposed Legend of the Hidden Temple. So.
Oh man, I would definitely watch it for that.
But speaking of which, they updated it.
But while we're looking that up, I'm gonna get to the last article. Just to keep you guys all in the know.
Oh God, you're gonna read another article.
Yep. Coronavirus death tolls in U.S. surpasses 10,000. So there has been more than 337,000 cases of COVID that have been confirmed nationwide, and over 1.2 million have been reported globally. The death toll of the new coronavirus surpassed 10,000 nationwide on Monday. According to the data compiled by Johns Hopkins University, more than 347,000 cases of the novel coronavirus have been confirmed in the U.S., and over 1.3 million has been reported globally. At least 72,000 people across the world have died from COVID-19, disease caused by the virus. New York State has reported a sizable chunk of the total confirmed cases in the U.S., with more than 122,000 known infections. More than half of those cases have been recorded in New York City. China documented the world's first known case of COVID-19 in December. Scientists believe the virus was transmitted from a bat to human via an intermediate animal. The U.S. documented its first known case on January 21st in Washington State. The patient was a man in his 30s who had developed symptoms after returning from a trip to China. As of Monday, at least 176 countries have reported the infection. The U.S. has reported the third highest number of COVID deaths, tailing between Italy and Spain, which has suffered more than 16,000 and 13,000 respectively. So they give you some information, stay up to date, all that other bullshit. But yeah, so this is why I bring this up, because this is why we have the uncertainty, and it all ties into the media of when theaters and things are going to be opening, because the people who are supposed to be the fucking news in our country is too busy with their fucking Skype videos and not busy enough reporting this shit. Like New York got hit pretty hard.
Freaking the whole Upper East Coast got shut down.
Yeah. So, I mean, this situation, and I bring this up because this situation, like, a lot of people have been hopeful about shit opening back up, and I've heard stuff like that, but the numbers are still pretty high here in the U.S. So, what is your guys' take on all this?
I feel like
I feel like people are still blowing it out
China's
of proportion.
killing their people.
Okay, one at a time. Let's start with PB, then we'll go to Perp and Cyber. Go ahead, PB.
I feel like people are still blowing it out of proportion. I understand that it's a virus that kills people and it gets spread rapidly, but you could say that about a lot of viruses out there that, I mean, Ebola, E. coli, gosh, what were the other ones over the last 15 years? And the SARS, H1N1, all of those numbers are still far and away worse than where we are right now.
I would counter that to say, like, what if we didn't know about this? Like, what if we were just getting to it now? You think it'd be 10 times worse?
Maybe.
If we were just getting to it now, then I don't know. Then we'd probably be sitting in the same boat that we were with the swine flu. And then we would say that Trump is just as bad as a president as Obama. Would you like to hear some numbers?
Yeah, let's throw out some numbers.
I'm pretty sure one person had died from coronavirus in America before Trump declared a state of emergency, whereas I believe 1,000 people died from the swine flu before Obama declared it an emergency. So, perspective.
I believe the first person that also died from it in America, they were 80 and they had emphysema.
Yep,
that's true. So, I mean, you know, a lot of these numbers, a lot of the stuff is hyped up. Maybe it's more of a precautionary thing. Also, people took to doing stupid shit right away. You guys have all seen my video about toilet paper. I mean, a lot of people, I think it's the panic that is the worst proponent to all of this shit, is that people panic right away and start going for the stupidest maneuvers ever right away, and it creates a ripple effect.
I think there's just a little bit more to it, but I'll save that for after stream because I won't get into it. But continue.
Oh, intriguing. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of different factors, but I mean, you know, it's kind of getting to it's kind of getting to a point where, you know, we got to wonder, like, what's being done. I'm not hearing nothing about what they're doing. My mom got this thing, so she's in the home healthcare profession, and she's been tested multiple times. And then we got this thing that said, oh, the test may be 30% accurate. Like, what?
I don't like those odds.
Like,
not even 50?
Not even 50. 30 fucking percent accurate. The test in the movie The Thing was more accurate. They were in fucking Antarctica. like this was the shit Mad Squirrel was talking about on her streams, where like the screenings, if you're lucky enough to get them, they've also done false positives.
Squirrel.
Yep, shout out to Mad Squirrel. They've done false positives. I mean, I got Geekicidal Tendency saying, I'm in Canada. All non-essential businesses are closed. I'm off of work because of it. Exclamation. So that was a shout. Stone Cold Jeremy says the main reason New York is hardest hit is because of you read that, PB, because I don't want to fuck this up.
The main reason New York is hardest hit is because Comrade de Blasio encouraging New Yorkers to go out and celebrate in Chinatown while other states were going into lockdown.
Yeah, that dude's a fucking idiot anyways. But yeah, sure. I mean, you know, it I mean, it's stuff like that where, you know, there's when people take it too serious and then people are blasé about it and we don't got nothing in the middle, and then you make a fucking test that's 30% accurate. In the words of LB, get it together.
The thing is, they've said this disease has been known since November.
Mm-hmm.
Any one of us could have had this.
It's airborne.
I remember end of December. I don't think I tweeted about it because I wasn't even doing anything for my channel because holidays. But around Christmas, I started getting symptoms. My brother was already sick the week before, and he was still sick. And then my younger brother got the symptoms. We were pretty much locked down in our beds all day because we couldn't move. Shit hurt in our chests, and you couldn't breathe out of our noses or anything. We all thought it was the flu, but after reading these symptoms, we keep thinking it might have been that.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
There's more to, like, I'll get into a little bit of what my theory is, but, like, you know, it's kind of odd that, you know, they issue some types of, like, martial law or just military in certain areas. Because it seems like they're just, like, this was all, like, kind of a test to get people, like, if there was ever that case where they had to completely shut down the whole entire U.S. and just completely commit to like martial law. I feel like this was like a little glimpse of that. You know?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that, Perp. I know the protocol, and like, man, you know what? Like that aspect scares me because people don't realize, man, martial law, they're not the police. They will fucking shoot you and be justified by it, and it don't matter about any biases. They just shoot anyone if you're breaking protocol. It's not a good thing. Martial law is the worst thing that could ever possibly fucking happen. And I remember arguing with idiots about when Trump won, coming out and saying we should go and revolt and do martial law and take over the I'm like, do you even realize what would happen if you did something? Do you realize what martial law entails? It won't be on your fucking side.
Because it's so odd, though, like, because you put everything together. You look at all these celebrities, and they're putting so many different distractions in front of you. Like, what's really going on behind the scenes with all this? Because they fully known what the fuck this shit was, you know, and it's history that like certain countries, even America, is not afraid to just kill their own to make a point or to drive something, you know, or to, you know, enforce something. So it's a little weird to me. So that's all a little weird to me.
No, I could totally see that perspective. Like there is definitely some underlining shit. I mean, I can't always talk about what I did, but there's certain things that I've seen personally that have made me really question a lot of things. There's just certain projects and things like that where I'm like, it borders on the very unethical. But we've been doing this shit for 100 years, so I mean. You know, people shouldn't be surprised by this shit, but you guys don't want martial law. All these fucking idiots that are out here going, yeah, the army needs to take the fuck. They don't. No, they don't. No, keep the military away.
And that theory going around, because I was going to talk to you guys about this after, but like I'll touch on a little bit here. Like that theory that people say like this has something to do with the 5G towers and stuff being built. I wouldn't be that. That could be the case too. That could be what's making people sick also, because like with 5G, what a lot of people don't know is that, like, you know, that's a little bit different than 4G, but that's still a hell of a lot more radiation and all that shit like around you at all times. So that's definitely gonna make people sick. You know, you're gonna start seeing cases of that and stuff, and like, so it's just it's
like
a lot
living under power lines.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like that could be the thing that's really making people sick, and they're just calling it the corona, like, or whatever the fuck, because 5G is like everywhere in China. 5G is everywhere in China. It's been there in China for like for a minute.
You know, they're burning down cell phone towers in Britain right now, right?
I was like, good luck with that, bro. Like, you're gonna have no signal now.
That's funny.
You know, and that's another thing, like, that these cell phone companies or whoever fuck runs them won't tell you. They'll say, oh, 5G is okay, it won't, you know, affect your daily life and shit. I was like, no, it will affect your daily life. Like, there's a reason why you shouldn't sleep next to your phone or something like that, because you know, you ever wake up in the middle of the night, you have just like a fucking headache. You know, that's
yeah.
your phone gives off radiation and shit and all that bullshit. So it's like,
yeah, people, everyone's glued onto their phone.
The thing is that they've already noticed with like 5G towers, though, is that bees have been away from the areas that they are. Is because they emit pretty much that high of waves. That's how high the frequency are. I mean, we can't see it, but they can.
It's funny that you bring that up because, like, I just seen a video my boy showed me, and there's some places where like the wildlife is coming out now. So it's like because they don't see any humans. So like certain places, certain countries, like this, I seen this one fucking what are the fucking shit's called? Fucking it's a certain type of
Kryptonians.
No. You have random, like, you had fucking billy goats fucking running around rampant and stuff. And some places they had fucking, what the hell was it called? It's not a jaguar, but it has no spots or nothing like that on it.
Cougar?
It's one of the
Puma?
Cougar, maybe. Puma, yeah. So it was a puma. I was like, if I saw that shit in the street, that shit just cleared this 10-foot like fence and shit like it was nothing. I'm like, bro,
hell yeah.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I run into one of those motherfuckers, bro.
Dude, that's like a 250 pound cat that will murder the fuck out of you and feed you to its children.
Right, it will see you. You better hope it sees somebody else and get distracted. Like
dolphins are in the back in the canals in Venice.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of shit going down. Geekocidal Tendency says a few provinces have monitorized C-19 with fines for breaking isolation recommendations, not laws. Fines up to $6,000. Jesus Christ! Geekocidal, I don't exactly. I don't exactly disagree with that. I think we should do that to those idiots on the beach in fucking California. Bunch of fucking wackos.
I had to think what provinces are. I was like, oh, he's from Canada. Okay. I'm used to states. Like, what province? Like, what?
But no, yeah, like, I guess the overall arching thing is that people just need to use common sense, man. That's what it is. Like, since this thing has started, and we've talked about it on Squirrel Stream, we've talked about it in other places, people have just lost their fucking minds doing all sorts of asinine, stupid shit. Starting with the fucking toilet paper, you fucks that went out there and brought fucking multiple packs, knowing you're not going to wipe your ass that quickly.
What I have learned from this whole thing is how disgusting people are. All this soap and hand sanitizer is being bought. I'm like, you guys weren't buying soap?
You know what's funny about this whole situation? When all this blows over and stuff, people are gonna go back to being assholes to each other. Like,
yeah. However, there's one thing my dad believes, though, because he has worked in the industry, is he believes in the food industry. There's a lot of things that are going to probably stay the same after all this, such as, you ever go to restaurants and they have the boxes of peanuts and you can scoop and give her. He thinks that will probably be gone in several restaurants and other things that are similar like that.
What about all of the
sanitation?
Yeah, what about all those candy stores out there where you scoop your own candy?
Yeah, that'll probably change too.
I haven't seen any of those in a minute.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, we were already doing shit. People. This is how it goes, though. People will be aware and self-conscious for a bit, and then they're gonna go back to the same shit that they've always done. Geekocidal Tendencies. I agree with you. He says, I'm on my last roll of TP. That's scarier than any C-19 virus.
Hey, all I'll say is if you run out of toilet paper, use water. It won't hurt.
Gosh,
He's a cat.
Stone Cold Jeremy says people are disgusting and lazy. They're leaving their used gloves in parking lots of stores when they leave. Yep, exactly.
my
There was a
God.
nurse or doctor from Michigan that's talked about cross contamination. Said don't do that. Throw it in a but the whole thing of cross contamination is like showing with paint, and you grab all that stuff, and then you throw your gloves out, and then you grab your phone, which has all the grossness, and then she showed it to the camera.
Yep.
That's cross contamination. That's why you still need to wash your hands.
Don't just wash your hands, wash your ass, man. Wash your ass. Don't be out here thinking.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start to wrap things up. Let's everybody remember, just wash your ass. So
let's wash your
ass. let's go down the line. We're gonna start bringing this to a close. Let's start with Cybernetic returning to the panel. Cyber, tell them about your rise to fame in the Twitch universe. We got.
Yes, I'm Cybernetic Husky. I've been focusing more on gaming on Twitch recently, and I do a lot of little shorts on my channel. And right now, because I'm focused on Twitch, PB's going to be mad. I've been neglecting the Pokemon series. But right now I'm at like 17 followers, and I need 50 to get to that affiliate rate, and then, an average of over 3 people watching within like something like 9 hours.
You just play Halo on there?
Currently I'm playing Halo Legendary Reach. I'm actually near the end, so I'm going to have to figure out what to stream after that.
Yeah, so I might be there mobile gaming.
Can already see PB is agitated.
I can see it through his mask.
I will show you my agitated side. Take my mask off for a moment.
Did you mean to quote Kylo Ren? What the? I'll show you the dark side.
Oh my! And of course, we've got Perp here with us. Been releasing mad shit as he always does. So tell them about your shit you brought out.
Well, since we're under quarantine, I got nothing else to do but be productive. Don't be a lazy ass. Do something. Whoops. Go. But no, this Perp. Obviously, all y'all know me. If you hate me, oh well, eat a dick. But I got a bunch of content coming this week. I got Dispatches from Elsewhere, new episode review coming out later on today. If y'all have Amazon, check out this anthology series if you're into sci-fi. Tales from the Loop. It's like 8 episodes, an hour a piece. Very, very dope show. I highly recommend it. And then go check out a playlist I made with all the episode reviews. What else do I got coming? Oh yeah, the Perp shows in 2 weeks. The 420 stream, 2 weeks from today. Yeah, about 2 weeks. It's gonna be on Monday, 420. So bring your blunts, bring your joints, and leave the crack at home. Also, it's been a pleasure being here, chilling with Zod, in the Phantom Zone, the best late night talk show next to the Perp show, and until next time.
All right. That was a hell of a plug. And of course, we've got the second in command, the co-host, mi amigo, and the person who actually has the soulless Ginger, and the person who actually has a video I didn't even know about that's coming out soon. Tell them about it, PB.
I thought you already dropped it.
It already came out. You quite obviously did not watch it. So yeah, go over to my channel, Pop Culture PB, and you can watch the funniest play from the 2020 NFL playoffs. It's only, I'm sure you got the time. And then you can go over to my Twitter page and you can vote on the matchup that I have for MCU March Madness. We're in the finals, baby.
Yeah, I definitely would recommend that you guys do that. PB, I'd watch that, but I don't really get into the sports side of things. I do appreciate the March Madness, though. You do a very good job with the highlighting the different things and like the sound effects and things like that. It's fucking hilarious. So definitely go and check that out. If you guys didn't know, me and the Lonely Banter did an amazing commentary for the 2-night WrestleMania premiere. So if you guys didn't check it out, go check out Lonely Banter. He isn't here tonight because we streamed for 2 nights for WrestleMania. He did another stream before that, so like, man, he needed some rest. But I'm even fucking surprised I was streaming. Like, I haven't done any videos because we stayed up for 4 hours doing WrestleMania. But it was great commentary. It was hilarious. You had Zod Ross and Lonely McMahon calling the matches. It was great fun. Definitely go and check it out. Plus, tomorrow, for the 4 people who've is that us who've stayed here? Are we the 4? I know I'm not.
I think we're just talking.
We are not the 4. That's not how YouTube works.
For the 4 people still watching, then I got a special announcement. I'm gonna tell only you guys because you hung out. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time, I will have 2nd Street Marvel on. We will be talking about Spawn, and it's one of my favorite comic books. I have the first issue up to like 230 right now.
Jesus.
And the first issue meant worth a lot of money. But anyways, we're going to be talking about Spawn, and we're going to be talking about the update on the Spawn movie. So I wanted 2nd Street to come on because he's good with the comic book stuff, and we're going to kind of give you a history of Image Comics, the Todd McFarlane, the genius behind the Spawn series, and the different news. There's 3 different updates. Not going to tell you about them tonight. You got to watch tomorrow. And also Thursday we'll be doing another late night talks. We'll probably have LB on here, and we're just going to be bullshitting.
Does he know he's going to be on here, or are you saying that ahead of time?
Well,
I'm saying it ahead of time. I'm a dictator.
he acquired him, so he has no choice. So,
true.
You know how that goes. So I mean, it's going to be some funny stuff. I also got some mobile gaming play. I'm gonna release my next character. I'm gonna release my next character breakdown for Disney Arena, which is going to be the Big Bad Wolf, who I just unlocked. And
it's so nice of you to let your acquired asset sleep.
I know. I'm a nice dictator. And also I'm going to be releasing a review on Westworld season 1. Then I'm going to release season 2 because I just got into that, and then go right into season 3 and talk about the episodes up till now. So definitely check out the channel. We got some big things going on. And as always, remember the only rule here in the fandom zone: wash your ass.
Yep.
I can actually get on board with that one.